Hello my delectable little nutter butters, and welcome back. I just wanted to make a short video on the update about Palworld's lawsuit. But first, a short recap. On September 19th, 2024, Pokemon filed an injunction against Palworld, which basically just means Pokemon was legally ordering Pocket Pair, the small company that made Palworld, to cease all game content that was invading the predetermined patents, which Pokemon applied for on the 30th of July and was then registered on the 27th of August. Specifically, these patents which combined basically describe the well-known method of catching a Pokemon. But for the six of you that don't know what that is, basically, you throw a ball at a monster, the monster goes inside the ball shakes when the monster tries to escape, and that's it. That's what the patents are for. It also works the opposite way with the summoning of the PAL by throwing the ball and the PAL coming out of it. Well, Pocket Pass stated that they were going to fight the lawsuit, but as we can all expect from a small indie development team, it cannot stand a chance against a multi-billion-dollar company in a legal battle. Especially since Nintendo's legal history is laughably evil. Let me just read some of the lawsuits that they have filed. Attempting to eliminate video game rentals, countless cease and desist orders against fan creators, and issuing at least 500 DMCA takedowns against many different creators across YouTube and Twitch, with the biggest controversy probably being Point Crow, who as a lot of you will know made countless hours of content, mostly known for the Zelda series. But Goji, what does this mean for the lawsuit, I hear you ask? Well, although Pocket Pair hasn't outright lost yet, it's pretty clear that they are outmatched in terms of resources, time, and clearly from looking at Nintendo's legal history, experience. So it is most likely that Pocket Pair will be forced to pay the settlement, although probably not the full 10 million yen, but a number that the court deems an appropriate amount. Yet again, this is a 2-second animation of a monster coming out of a ball. It's not that serious, not to deem it necessary to on your already plummeting company image. Like, after all the controversy surrounding them in the past few years, I wouldn't think they would target a game that everyone collectively loved because it was a cheap but high quality game with hours upon hours of content that wasn't made by a billion-dollar company that pumps out game franchise after game franchise, barely changing a thing, but add a new story and a new items for the price of your right kidney and your first print Blue Eyes White Dragon. But is anyone else just a little bit absolutely goddamn pissed that Nintendo definitely dragged this out of the blue? Like, they said they were looking into if Palworld breached any patents for 8 months. And after those 8 months, they discovered that the only patents broken were the ones that they applied for 6 months after Palworld released. I'm not making this up. The whole lawsuit is based on Palworld breaking a patent that Nintendo didn't even own for the first 6 months after the game released. That is asinine. It makes about as much sense as a pair of Solar shoes. Like, really? A game drops it's similar to your genre, so you make a patent and hope that nobody's gonna pick on the fact that you filed a patent for something after a product was made. Like, yeah, it's legal, technically, I think. Shit, give me a second. Yeah, it's technically legal. But it's so scummy that I don't even think a cartoon villain would try to pull this type of shit. Nintendo must have rolled a nat 20 for stealth check because I haven't heard anyone say anything about this. But, onto the new info. Well, we finally have a number on how much money the grubby legal department at Nintendo is after. It's 10 million yen, also known as $64,000 in freedom units, or £50,000, which includes the late payment damages. What exactly did they damage, if you don't mind me asking? Your reputation? I'm pretty sure you filing a lawsuit is the cause of that, and I know it ain't damage to your sales since you are one of the most successful companies in the world, making an estimated $76,143 million in revenue in the past 5 years. Well, as sad as I am to tell you this, guys and girls, but Palworld has probably folded. As of November 30th, 2024, Palworld has changed the summoning animation of Pals. And by change, I mean completely removed. Like, they just spawn into existence now. Like, what is this? It's like summoning a stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which begs the question, is Palworld a JoJo reference? Although you may be thinking, Goji, it's such a small change, Why are you making such a big deal out of this? That is exactly the point. That is why I'm making a big deal out of this. The half-a-second animation of throwing a ball is enough reason for Nintendo to try sink their grubby little fingers into Pocket Pair. And if you're wondering why I ain't using a lot of Pokemon footage, it's because I'm afraid Nintendo is gonna DMCA me. Even though I'm by no means classified as successful enough to show up on their radar, I wouldn't put it beneath them to try. I bet they have like a team of goblins that's whole job is to scour the internet and try and find a way to sue anything and anyone that's critical of them. Now that all the lawsuit stuff is out of the way, I'd just like to say I completely called Palworld's fall from greatness. I know it looks like I'm being that one annoying guy that says they called it when it was like 2 minutes from being announced, but my first video came out about 2 weeks ago. I did that voiceover part of the video when Helldivers 2 just released, about 1 or 2 months after Palworld's initial release, also known as 11 months ago. Hey, don't judge me for taking a year to make my first YouTube video, I had a lot going on. What I didn't predict though, is that there was not a goddamn trace of this game anywhere in the Game of the Year awards. It's like the Men in Black neuralized the entire world and said vote for Astro Bot, which, by the way, it's a good game and all, but not Game of the Year in my opinion. Like, this beat Black Myth Wukong. Not saying it's a bad game, yet again. Far from it, it looks fun. I can't play it because I don't have PS5. But come on guys, this is not better than this. But what truly shocked me was that it didn't even get nominated for Indie Game of the Year. As a side note, 9 Souls should have taken this one. It's getting to the end of the video now, and I'm just gonna insist that you slap that subscribe button and destroy the notification bell. I would also like to say thank you for the support on my first video. I was freaking out the whole day that it started getting views, and all the comments were so nice and supportive. If you want to watch the other video I made, I'll put a link to it on screen now for you. Or you can watch the other video that YouTube suggested for you. Oh, I almost forgot. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.